Your budget.
She's a scam and she cannot do the work.
She shouldn't have paid the balance if she didn't like it.
She misrepresented herself and she's a low-budget designer.
Be careful who you deal with. You can't satisfy everyone.
No one wins alone.
NASCAR is really a team sport.
The team around you is ultimately what builds your success.
You got to have a coach. You got to have people working with you. No different at Morgan & Morgan. That attorney has a great team behind him that makes them the winning team.
You need your mechanics, your pit crew to make everything be a cohesive group and all come together.
Every team member that we have at RCR is key to our success. Without a team, you can't get to the finish line.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms. Attention cancer victims who use the weed killer Roundup. A federal jury unanimously found that Monsanto's popular weed killer Roundup was a substantial factor in causing cancer. You may be entitled to financial compensation. If you or a loved one used Roundup weed killer and were diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, call the number on your screen now.
Call 1-800-347-0252.
I want you to listen up and listen carefully.
This is MeTV, America's #1 classic television destination.
It's one of a kind.
One of a kind.
And it makes me feel good all over.
Airing more than 60 memorable series every week.
Watch WNKY MeTV 40 on these local channels.
MeTV is memorable entertainment.
Television? Wow! I'm Morgan Hoover. Join us weeknights for WNKY News 40 at 5. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 5. I'm Morgan Hoover.
And I'm Chris Allen. Welcome to Finally Friday.
Finally Friday, and it's a nice day out there for a homecoming parade that's happening soon.
Yes, and homecoming weekend.
Yes.
Veterans Day weekend. Got another parade tomorrow. I mean, parades all over the place, and it's going to be great weather for any of it. As you look at live radar, remember the showers we had yesterday, last night, even early this morning. All of that is gone. All you're seeing is a little bit of leftover ground clutter around the Doppler radar site. Checking some of the community cameras, I-65 and Scottsville Road. Look at that beautiful sunset, 52 there. And then Monroe County near Gamelia. We're seeing 55 and a few high clouds there. And that's pretty much the story. Tonight we're going to see a few high clouds, so we'll call it mainly clear and cooler with a low of 38. A look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes. Morgan?
All right, Chris, as you said, nice night out there for a parade. I want to check in with News 40's Noah Fairber, who is live in downtown Bowling Green tonight, where WKU students are preparing for the annual homecoming parade. Noah, what's happening out there?
Yeah, Morgan, it is crazy out here. As you can see behind me, the fraternities and the sororities are absolutely going wild as we get ready to start this year's WKU Homecoming Parade at 5:30. Here to talk a little bit more about what you can expect is WKU Alumni Association President Anthony McAdoo. Anthony, how you doing tonight, man?
Doing well. Excited for homecoming.
As am I. Have you gotten a chance to see the floats yet? And if so, what's your favorite?
It is. So each and every one of them is so creative. So I appreciate the creativity that our students put into them. But I have to admit, Big Red riding a bald eagle is pretty cool.
Yeah, that does sound pretty cool. Now, they're going to make their way down the hill, and we do have the Big Reds pep rally coming up around 6:30. Kind of tell us what you can expect for that.
Absolutely. So the parade at 5:30 will roll right here from the steps of Cherry Hall all the way down to Fountain Square. And we have a stage set up next to the Capitol Theater. And so at 6:30, Big Reds Roar, the official homecoming pep rally, will occur. And it'll take place. You'll meet the homecoming queen candidates and then find out who won the float judging contest.
Yeah, and then we've got the pep rally, of course, and then you got the game tomorrow night against New Mexico State. Kind of tell me what we can expect during halftime.
You bet. So tomorrow, a lot of tailgating going on the hill before the game. Then at 2:30, the football game against New Mexico State. You'll get to meet some of our award honorees. And then, of course, the crowd favorite is halftime. You'll get to meet all of our homecoming queen candidates and find out who is this year's homecoming queen.
Well, you heard it here first. Make your way to Fountain Square Park around 6:30 for the Big Reds pep rally. For now, at the top of the hill, because local matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40, and I'm going to send it back to you, Morgan.
All right, Noah, sounds like a lot of fun out there. We're staying on the Hill. WKU officials are celebrating the groundbreaking of the new Hilltopper Field House and football press box this morning. Construction is expected to officially begin later this year, with the hopes of being complete by 2025. The new press box is expected to be ready for kickoff, though, next year in 2024. President Caboni says this project was much needed.
Yeah, when you think about WKU and you think about our marching band, you think about our football team, you think about our forensics team, the one thing that comes to mind is excellence. And combining arts and athletics and under the same roof really says something about our institution, that we're creative, that we know how to work together, and that we're really just one big community. But the expectation that ties it all together is success and excellence.
We'll have more on the new facilities tonight in sports on News 40 at 6. Meanwhile, across campus, the university's ROTC program hosted its annual Veterans Day wreath-laying ceremony. This year's event is part of the special Big Red, White, and Blue Homecoming Weekend, as several local veterans and WKU ROTC alumni return to campus for the homecoming weekend. And a local tradition held for nearly 2 decades is back to recognize those who have served in the United States military. Earlier today, South Central Bank held its annual Veteran Celebration Breakfast. More than 300 veterans are served with a free breakfast. The event doesn't only bring the community together to recognize all veterans, regardless of age or service, it's also a great way for volunteers to give back to our local service members every year.
Everybody in there volunteers. You know, we don't pay them extra to come in early or anything. They just volunteer to do it. We get the satisfaction of seeing a veteran smile.
I'm excited to get to meet all the veterans. There's over 250,000 veterans in the state of Kentucky, and there are 6.4% of the population of Barron County are veterans. And so it's just an honor to be here with them.
The annual breakfast is a favorite event for many in the community. Meanwhile, students and faculty at Greenwood High School gathered today to receive a Purple Star Award, recognizing their contribution to helping military veterans and their families. News 40 reporter Tucker Covey brings us more details.
Yes, Morgan, students and faculty attended the event, which featured multiple speakers who shared the experiences of either their own service or that of their families, including the service of a few Greenwood alums. Take a look. Greenwood High School students and faculty received recognition for their support of veterans and their families in the form of a Purple Star Award.
It's a beautiful recognition for us because we do try to work extremely hard for the military families that we have. We have a JROTC program that is a great leadership program designed for some of those kids. And we also have other supports within the schools.
The ceremony featured multiple speakers who served or were in families of veterans who shared their experiences with students and how those experiences impacted their lives.
It's a great program because the students actually get to see individuals that have served and not just read about them in books. And even today, the keynote speaker, Ms. Talbert, actually talked about 2 students that graduated from Greenwood that served.
For veterans in attendance, it means that their own service is recognized as well as the sacrifices made by their own families during their service.
What that tells me is that this school supports the veterans and the veteran families, those people whose parents maybe are serving in the military, because it's not just the individual that's serving, everybody's serving. Everybody suffers from their absence.
This ceremony is one of many different celebrations of veterans happening across South Central Kentucky this weekend. Here in Warren County, the Veterans Day Parade is tomorrow at 10 a.m. Morgan?
All right, Tucker. Yeah, lots of celebrations happening this weekend, and actually the U.S. Marine Corps is celebrating its 248th birthday today. The Marines were established on November 10th, 1775. In the lead up to the American Revolution, the first recruiting headquarters was in the Tun Tavern on Water Street in Philadelphia. That's considered to be the birthplace of the Marines. Since then, the few and the proud have fought for America both on land and sea. The Marines are the only branch of the military which does not have a shortage of recruits, and that's without any special bonuses. On health news now, around the country, many hospitals are seeing an increase in RSV cases. News 40's Noah Fairburr has more on how you can protect yourself and your family.
It's a lung disease that's especially prominent during the winter seasons. RSV is mostly seen in children and older adults.
RSV is very similar to flu or COVID. It can be very confusing, especially this season. And like the same symptoms as of flu. So it starts with fever, cold, chills, myalgia, and breathing problems.
In the state of Kentucky, there's an increase of cases that are affecting these groups.
RSV tends to go up in the winter season because it's spread like most cold viruses, cold and flu viruses. This year and to some extent last year, we saw more of a normal RSV pattern where we see the peak start to go up in the early fall, winter, and kind of extend through early spring.
RSV can not only be transmitted from one person to another.
One thing about RSV which I find fascinating about the virus is it is transmitted from one person to another, and it can live on non-living objects like for 10 days. So like on doorknobs, on table, countertops, and so on. It can be alive for 10 days.
If you happen to catch this virus, Dr. Van Sickles says there's no need to worry.
In general, most people do well with it. It can make you cough for a long time and kind of make you miserable. And just because you're over 60 doesn't mean you're going to have a bad outcome. What we want to do is really protect those who are most vulnerable. If you get it, I would watch for signs that it is getting worse, like I would recommend watching for signs of any infection.
In Bowling Green, because local matters, Noah Fairber, WNKY News 40.
Well, stay with us. Still to come on News 40 at 5. More than 3 million veterans experienced a mental illness in 2021. We'll have more on the latest health data and how you can help the veterans in your life in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. But right now, you are taking another live look outside where the WKU Homecoming Parade is about to kick off soon. Lots of people out there excited, and it's a beautiful night for it. We'll have more on the forecast right after this.
WNKY News 40, broadcasting live from the German American Bank studio in downtown Bowling Green.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've been injured in a car wreck, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time.
Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
Celebrate the winning season all November long at the Mint Gaming Hall at Bowling Green, featuring an elevated gaming experience with the newest games, sophisticated bars, delicious eats, entertainment, and more. Win up to $2,000 in cash, gift cards, and more in our holiday drawings Wednesday, November 22nd through Saturday the 25th. Drawings at 5, 7, and 9 p.m. Stop in and win this holiday season at the Mint Gaming Hall Bowling Green.
Winning just got closer.
If you've been injured, remember, dial pound law, that's all. 4 buttons that can get your claim started. Pound 529. It's easy. Just dial pound law or go to forthepeople.com to get started. That's embarrassing.
Recovery is courage. In a culture where there's a stigma around recovery, I've learned to have the courage to tell my story to inspire courage in others. I know one of the hardest things to do is to have the courage to start recovery. I've gotten to live the life of my dreams simply by having the courage to say, it is time for a change in my life. Find the courage to live a healthier you by visiting landmarkrecovery.com or call 1-866-LANDMARK today.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, it looks like a nice night out there.
You know, not only a nice night tonight, but tomorrow, pretty much the entire weekend.
That's great.
We've got a lot of football games going on. We've got Veterans Day and the parade going on. all of that. And anything you want to do outdoors this weekend, it's really going to be perfect weather.
Love to hear that, because there's a lot happening.
Yes, there is a lot happening. So let's get to it and show you the radar. And, oh, wait, there we go. Okay. I thought the radar looked funny there for a second. Anyway, radar and satellite showing that everything is clean and clear. We're seeing a few drifting clouds. You see them right there coming in from the south and west. And by the way, this is not rain. It's just some ground clutter that is showing up late in the day. But we do have clouds on the increase here. I think some of these clouds may just kind of sweep on by and not really bother anybody. Certainly no rain is coming our direction. 63 was our official high temperature today in Bowling Green, 61 the normal, so just 2 degrees above the average. 49 is where we landed for a low temperature this morning, 10 degrees warmer than the average of 39. And there you see from, this is the Twin Bridges on Scottsville Road, just down from Old Stone. You can see some of those high clouds there in the background, making for a pretty sunset this evening. Right now, we have 56 in Bowling Green. The winds are calm, humidity at 51%, the dew point at a dry 38, and the barometer falling at 30.23. Yes, it is a beautiful evening out there. Temperatures already starting to fall in some places, the upper 40s. Litchfield at 49. Same thing for Russellville and Elkton. It's 43 down in Burkesville. Of course, they're going to be among the first to get coldest before anyone else, because that particular weather station is down in the valley there next to the Cumberland River. And the dry air, you can see the leading edge of the drier air coming in from the northwest. There is actually a little frontal boundary there that's going to fall apart, but it's going to reinforce the cooler air and the drier air for the weekend. So we've got some 20s and 30s showing up. And yes, some of you will be dry enough tonight, I think, to fall down into the 30s for an overnight low. Freezing, maybe, in a couple of spots, especially if you live in a well-protected valley area. You could see some frost, touchy frost at that. High pressure's taking over now, so the winds have been out of the northwest, not as breezy today as they were yesterday, and we're seeing some of those high clouds streaming through here. I think that's going to just be the case for the overnight hours. High pressure then moves up toward Lake Michigan during the day tomorrow. We have got a really nice Saturday going for Veterans Day. Homecoming on the Hill as Western gets ready to play some football. You guys will be tailgating. It's going to be a good day for that. As you get into Saturday afternoon and evening, again, a few clouds, but overall, even into Sunday, things look pretty nice around here. So your forecast for tonight, I'm going to say mainly clear with a few high clouds and cooler with a low of 38. It could get colder than that in some of the outlying areas. And then tomorrow for Veterans Day and homecoming on the Hill, 60 for a high, 61 on Sunday, 63 Monday. We keep it in the mid 60s through much of next week, but showers will start to move in Tuesday night and then into Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, maybe even some thunderstorms as we get into next weekend. And here's what's coming up tonight on NBC 40.
Home is more than a house. Wherever you are in your journey of homeownership, German American Bank is here to support you. Our team of dedicated mortgage loan professionals can help you with lending solutions featuring low or no down payment, assistance for closing costs and improvement projects, or even loans specifically for first-time home buyers. We're here to tell you, homeownership is achievable. German American Bank, member FDIC.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher.
At Horizon Pace, I have one doctor, not 4 or 5. And if I need to talk to that doctor and he's not with another patient, he'll come and talk to me. Everything's going real good. I come off of about 19 pills down to 7 now, and I love it. I wouldn't do without it right now.
Horizon Pace is the face of your healthcare. Contact us for more information. It's the annual enrollment period for Medicare Advantage plans, and you have a choice, which is why Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here to help you get all the benefits you qualify for. Call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield at 1-800-579-4145 today for a Medicare Advantage plan checkup and make sure you have everything you qualify for in 2024. You can receive more benefits for a $0 monthly premium. Benefits like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. And to help you stay healthy at home, you can have free prescription drug delivery, online doctor visits 24/7, and free exercise classes. You can even receive money towards over-the-counter health items. Call 1-800-579-4145 today and feel confident you have all the benefits you deserve for 2024. You can receive benefits for a $0 monthly premium like dental, vision, hearing, and prescription drugs. So call Anthem Blue Cross and Blue Shield today at 1-800-579-4145 and make sure you're not missing out.
More than 3 million veterans experienced a mental illness in 2021, and the data shows nearly half of them didn't seek treatment. Today, as we observe Veterans Day, health experts say you can honor those who have served by supporting them. Tonight, ways to help veterans and their mental health. In and out of the uniform, U.S. military servicemen and women can face unique mental health struggles. And many veterans don't get the help they need, says clinical psychologist Craig Bryant with Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center.
They kind of feel, I can do this on my own. I don't want anybody to help me, and I don't want to bother other people.
Having a support system can help, Brian says, to reach out to veterans you know, checking in on a regular basis, invite them to engage in social activities, exercise with them, or do a hobby together.
All of these things increase their sense of connection and has also been shown to elevate positive mood and psychological well-being.
Brian says to also watch out for red flags. There could be a mental health concern if a veteran experiences severe behavior changes, sleep disruption like an inability to fall and stay asleep, or if there are concerning verbalizations like, I can't take this anymore.
We often find that veterans will not necessarily say out loud that they're having thoughts about suicide. They may have these other sort of coded statements that would indicate that things aren't going really well.
Brian says it's also important to let veterans know there is help for them.
Our advances in psychological treatments have been very profound over the past few decades, and that many of those conditions that we were talking about before that often affect veterans, they're actually now really good treatments that are remarkably successful for addressing those issues.
Well, in more health news now, you remember Dr. Ruth, right? The woman who has unabashedly educated people on relationships since the 80s. Well, she now has a new title. She is designated as the first loneliness ambassador in the U.S. The 95-year-old will work to fight the loneliness epidemic that was sparked by the pandemic. Studies have found that a lack of social interaction is linked with a range of mental and physical health problems like anxiety, depression, and Alzheimer's. It's a good thing we now have an ambassador of loneliness because new studies show a lack of social interaction can lead to an earlier death. Researchers say compared with people whose family and friends visited them daily, the risk of premature death for those who lived alone and never had visits increased by 39%. Many previous studies have linked social isolation with a higher risk of premature death and other health issues. The authors of the studies say they examined 2 different types of loneliness and 3 different types of social isolation, found that each were associated with a higher risk of death. Well, stay with us. We have more on the oldest woman Marine. That's coming up right after this.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby. Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, ma'am. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JB.
Dogs Day Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dogs Day Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dogs Day Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at dgoky.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dogs Day Out.
I'm John Morgan. If you've been injured on the job, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan. Pound Law. That's all.
The Bistro welcomes you to a one-of-a-kind dining experience. Our menu of new American classics is sure to set the stage for the perfect evening and memories that will last a lifetime. The Bistro, located in the heart of Bowling Green.
Ford's Furniture is your sectional headquarters. We have over 15 different sectionals in stock with endless varieties of shapes and covers and sizes. Need a reclining sectional? We've got that too. Let us help you find the perfect sectional for your home today at Ford's Furniture.
Instantly. DraftKings, you spoiling me now with these big payouts. Retired NFL smart guy Ryan Fitzpatrick. Break it down for us.
Just place your bet, and the bonus bets instantly appear in your account. Like magic. Like Fitz magic.
That's too much magic. It's too much magic.
This week, go for two. Bet $5 to get $200 instantly in bonus bets. Plus, a no-sweat same-game parlay every single day. The crown is yours.
On this Veterans Day, we are introducing you to the oldest living woman Marine, 104-year-old Betty Prince Sims. Volunteered after Pearl Harbor and served during World War II as a fixed gunnery instructor, teaching men how to shoot while flying. It's a rare role for women at that time. NBC's Alice Barr takes us to a military women's memorial ceremony in Washington, D.C., honoring the remarkable veteran as a living legend.
At 104 years old, Betty Prince Sims is still on a lifelong mission.
What does that mean to you to serve your country?
Oh, to do whatever I could do, whatever it may be. If it's taking out the garbage can, then I'll do it.
The World War II veteran honored as the oldest living woman Marine.
Hereafter recognized as a Military Women's Memorial Living Legend for exemplary military service.
Princey, as she's known, volunteered after Pearl Harbor and became a fixed gunnery instructor, teaching men how to shoot while flying, a rare and often unwelcome role for women at the time.
She admitted that it was tough, and then that was it, you know, so she is strong.
Perseverance and a legacy worth celebrating for fellow female Marines.
We are still carrying that torch, ma'am.
And for her kids, grandkids, and great-grandkids.
Hello.
She's been so powerful and so career-driven and so proud of the focus that I've put on my career, which is very special.
A music teacher for decades, Princey recently wrote a song to teach children about democracy, living not for the past, but for this country's future.
She is a real patriot.
A patriot with a new namesake, Princey the therapy dog from the Warrior Canine Connection.
Oh, wait, she's my dog.
It's a lot of fuss to the woman at the center of the celebrations.
Things that I did were just normal things that everybody for the war effort did.
But the generations that follow know she represents the greatest. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
Well, stay with us. We'll have a final look at your forecast coming up right after this.
Honda drivers, service your Honda with the experts. Your local Honda dealers use genuine Honda parts and certified Honda technicians to service all Hondas. Make sure your Honda stays 100% Honda. When you need service, go to Gary Force Honda today.
Summer skies, they warm up everything. Then fall comes around, and you know it's getting near. Christmas is my favorite time. Experience so much Christmas the way Santa does.
It's time for Nat's annual Christmas Bikes for Kids.
And you can help by donating a new or gently used bike.
At Nat's Outdoor Sports. The bike shop at Nat's Outdoor Sports will make any needed repairs.
And the Bowling Green JCs will distribute bikes to underprivileged children throughout our community.
Nat's will be accepting new and used bikes until December 5th. Nat's Bikes for Kids, sponsored by WNKY News 40.
I'll hit Woohoo 107.
And these great sponsors.
I'm waking up my day, so let's get it started. Turn it up, turn it on, keep the morning moving right along.
Watch WNKY News 40 Sunrise for the latest in local news.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us here on News 40 Sunrise.
Weather on the 4s to get you out the door.
Good morning to everyone at home.
And local events and entertainment to jumpstart your day.
News 40 Sunrise Way.
Weekday morning starting at 6.
You never know who you're helping by sharing your story. And like people think y'all look alike, you can be our son.
I love Jennifer.
Weekdays at 2 on NBC 40.
Honda's got it going on for drivers everywhere. On the road, on the town, on for work, or for play, night or day. On with safety, more miles per gallon, and the best resale value. Shop Gary Force Honda today.
Well, Chris, pretty pleasant night out there. Perfect for a parade if you're heading out there.
Yeah, just make sure you take a jacket, something to stay a little warm with. And tomorrow, too. Tonight, though, we're going to get down to a chilly 38.
Wow.
Under a mainly clear sky, the winds will be calm, so you won't have that much of a wind chill to have to deal with. And then tomorrow, Veterans Day, of course, the Veterans Day parade downtown in the morning. And then homecoming on the hill. It's going to be a perfect day with lots of sunshine and a high around 60. No rain in the forecast until starting maybe Tuesday night and the rest of next week.
I will take that. Looks like a perfect weekend.
Yeah, not bad.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Thank you at home. We'll see you at 6 over on CBS.
I was here, I was